welcome to my Thursday Live. My name is Laura Hunter. I am the CEO of Tori Belle Cosmetics, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. All right, today we're going to do some fun things. We are going to learn about contour for different face shapes, and I know I've had a lot of questions about that, so I'm excited to do that with you guys. And also, we're going to learn a lot of things about our incentive trip, and we have a bunch of winners. So, without further ado, let's learn how to contour. Okay, so now Eddie's going to show us a graphic. Okay, now when you're looking at this graphic, this is all of the different shapes of face shapes. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to go over this with you guys, and I'm going to do my own face, but then I'm going to talk about every other face shape. So here's the big deal. The big thing is that when you're contouring, the goal is to make what you want to recede darker and what you want to pop forward lighter. It's just really about making the shadows and the highlights on your face help shape your face. And a lot of people are really confused about contour. They think that you're just supposed to put like dark in a spot and light in a spot, and they don't have any idea why. And so I'm going to explain to you guys why we're doing that, and I think that will be really helpful. All right, so my face is oval, and when you're contouring an oval face, the idea is to have a face shape that is basically even. So oval faces are pretty even top to bottom. They're not larger on the top and smaller on the bottom, or, you know, further out here, vice versa, like a diamond. So with a person with an oval face like me, the goal is just to even out both sides of your face. All right, so for me, I have got my handy dandy palette. And then I also have a couple of other colors here for us to play with so we can see what we're doing. And I have my brushes, and I'm gonna primarily use these three. Our three big brushes. So we have this angle brush, which is a horizontal angle brush, this angle brush, which is a vertical angle brush, and a powder brush. All right, so I'll put those there, and our brushy cleany thingy. Very important. All right, and in case you're wondering, yes, that's the actual name, is a brushy cleany thingy. All right, so I'm gonna open up these guys. So this one is 160. So my 160, these things, okay, they're supposed to be hard to open, I know. And I really need to put these in an actual palette. So I stop having to open them, wrestle with them every time I'm in here. Okay, and this guy. Yes, you guys, don't forget to comment a lot. Tell me stuff you want to do, ask questions. What color is this? 150. So I have 150, 160. Here we have 140 and 180, 130, and 120. So I think that's all of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the dark. So I am going to get out my contour brush, and which you can see has powder on it because I use everything for everything, and that's fine. It's a good idea, as a matter of fact. Hands are tools, tools are tools, everything's a tool. If it works, it works. Do it. All right, so I'm going to go darkest first. So I'm going to go into my 180, which is our darkest color. Now, if you look at me, my jawline is a little bit thicker on this side than on this side. Grab my mirror. So I'm going to contour a little bit more on that side of my jaw than the other side. And I'm not doing it super dark. I'm using a very soft brush. Our brushes are very soft. And I'm going to go all the way under my jawline because, like most of us, there's a little thickness right there. So we're going to make that darker because we want it to go away. Anything we want to go in or away, we make darker, and make sure you blend the edges because that's about the worst place you can have a line is under your chin. Okay, now I'm going to do my cheeks. I would like to have a little bit more defined cheekbones. So the way to have more defined cheekbones is to have a shadow under them, right? So when you do your contour, you want to put it where the shadow would hit. So a lot of times people put it up too high and they're actually flattening out their cheekbone. So we actually want to go under our cheekbone because we're creating a shadow. Can you see how that adds that shadow there? And we'll do the other side. There we go. A little bit more. And again, I'm doing this very light because there's no reason for us to go crazy. This is a day look. And basically, if you're going in at night, if you want to be more like glamorous, just do it darker. And I'll darken it up in the middle so in a minute, sorry, so you guys can see. All right, now my hairline, I have what I like to call a 5-head. Okay, I don't know if this is true. But they say that they call it a 4-head because it's 4 fingers, right? But as you can see, I can fit another finger up there. I have a 5-head, which in my opinion means I have a big forehead. So I'm going to tone down that 5 head a little bit. And I'm going to go into my hairline a little so there's not a light line around it. And then I'll blend down a little more. Okay, so now we have contoured a bit. Now I'm going to go into a lighter color. I'm actually going to grab a smaller brush, and this is the vertical smaller contour brush. Clean that off. And then I'm going to go into I'm going to go in the 140. And I'm going to do on the sides of my nose. There we go. And I'm just going to go down. I like to go down because for some reason I'm not very good at drawing a straight line down my face. You guys can tell I gotten some sun. See my little freckle right in the middle of my nose that comes out when I have sun. I should probably put a little concealer on that. Let's just grab a little concealer while we're at it. This is 130. Just because I'm just going to put it on my finger. And don't forget, we always shake it up. Grab one of my smaller brushes, little blending cosmetics brush here. Let's move that around. So you guys, do you remember that when you're blending makeup, when you're moving it, you go back and forth, and when you're blending it, you go in circles. With these kinds of brushes, when you blend, you do it with the top, like this. Because you don't want to use the side, because then you'll just move stuff around, but it won't actually blend. So little circles. There we go. Get rid of that freckle. Okay. Now then, and I'm going to put just a bit of 130 powder on it. There we go. Perfect. Freckle be gone. All right, now, back to the nose. So I have my smaller brush, and I don't feel like that really did much. So I'm going to go darker. I'm going to go into my 160. So you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. There we go. Now you can see that that is actually creating a shadow. And we'll blend it in a minute. Okay, so let's say that you want to have a thinner nose. You go down each side. Now, a lot of times, people don't have a lot of definition right here. So you can also darken that up right there a little bit. Like that. And a lot of times people want to have like a cute little, I guess ball is not the right word. A ball on your nose does not sound pleasant, but just a little bit more definition on the tip. So you can really just go right around the tip of your nose, like that. Okay, then we'll clean that off. We'll get a little bit more 130 right there. And we're just gonna go straight down the middle and blend that in to everything else. You don't need to blend too much. If you blend too much, you take off the contour. So it doesn't really work if you're really trying to get like an angle, like a thinner nose or whatnot. You don't want to blend it too much. Okay, so now then, blush. So we add the pink. We're not really adding the pink so much to add shadow. We're adding it to give our face more life and look more youthful. So I particularly like blush on the balls of my cheeks. I think that's where the sun hits, and that's where you're naturally pink. So when you're putting pink on your face, you're really more imitating somebody who's got a healthy flush from being outdoors. So I like to smile, so you can see the balls of my cheek, and I do a little here and the ball of my cheek. A little bit more. Like that. Pretty easy, right? All right, now if you're going to do some bronzer, I like 150 and 160 for bronzer. I'm gonna go into my 150 here. Actually, I keep forgetting I'm tan. Whoops. I'm actually gonna use the 160. All right, since I have a tan. All right, so we get our big powder brush, and I like to start on my forehead. So again, this is where the sun would hit, right? So just gonna do a little bit, just right where the sun would naturally hit. There, maybe a little bit there. Oops, that's a little eyeliner on me. There we go. There, just a little bit of bronze. The sun generally hits people here quite a lot, here quite a lot. So it's a lot of those same places. We're just giving it kind of a once-over. All right, now the highlight. We're gonna use our Stark Naked palette for our highlighter. We're gonna go into our Ivory Glow, which is my favorite highlighter. And I'm going to take my smaller vertical angle brush, move those out of the way, clean it off because it had dark on it a second ago. All right, so think about where you want your face to come out more. What do you want people to look at? Probably your cheekbones. So if you've made this shadow under your cheekbone so it looks like they're bigger, then you want to put some light on top to even bring it out farther. So that's why we put highlighter right here. So I'm going to put some highlighter right there. See how that makes my cheek pop out? You can really, I think it's really very noticeable in this light even, that this side looks bigger or smaller than this side. I'm backwards in the monitor. All right, so we'll do this side too. There we go. All right. Another thing that is very youthful, if you're going for youthfulness, is having a little bit of highlight on your Cupid's bow and these two lines right here that lead down to your mouth, because younger people have a more defined area there. So you can take a little of your Ivory Glow, small brush, and just go down, down, just right on the top there. It's very subtle. See how that just makes that pop a little bit more, looks a little bit healthier? And then the same right on top of your lips. The nice thing about doing this is that, blend it just a bit, if you have a little bit of wrinkles on top of your lip, that'll help give it the impression that it's popped out a little bit more. Just make sure you don't go like over wrinkles and then not in them, because then it will actually make them look worse. So if you have a little wrinkling on your upper lip, yes, but if you have pretty deep wrinkles there, then don't use this method. You'd actually probably want to go the other direction and use some concealer and just make sure that it's nice and smooth. There we go. All right, other places where we put highlighter. Right in the middle here to give the impression that we have a nice firm forehead. Younger people, and I see most things, it's really about youth. This is the honest truth. The reason why people do a lot of what they do with their face is they're just trying to look young and fresh and happy. So younger people have more tissue even right here. As we get older, literally the tissue in our face sinks with gravity. What used to be here is here. What used to be here is here. What used to be here ends up here. So your whole face moves down. Same up here. This, it basically just disintegrates. You lose a lot of collagen, the fat moves. So when you're trying to make yourself look more youthful and look healthy, you want to have basically more parts of your face that look like they're a little plump, like a baby. So what we're going to do is, there's a triangle that you can see naturally right here. So we're just going to put a little highlighter in that triangle right there. And then it pops out more. You can do the same thing right under here. That. And a lot of times people like to put just a little right here. Same thing, just to give them the look that the ball of their cheeks is very perky. And it right down the bridge of your nose and on the tip. There we go. All right, so now you want to make sure that you don't look like the Tin Man, though. Do not go crazy. All right, so now I'm going to darken up the darker areas just so you guys can see the difference between when we're doing something for day like this or when we're doing something that is really, for video or something that's a lot more glamorous. All right, so I'm just going to do the exact same thing quickly, but darker. There we go. See the big difference there? There we go. Same deal. You guys, you can seriously do this in like a minute. Like if you just bust through it and do it really fast, it doesn't take any time at all. It doesn't need to take 15, 20 minutes or anything like that. Just get it done. You go, see how quick that was? And it's so much more glammy. Switch, put some more blush on. There we go. And a little bit more highlighter. Again, don't go too far with the highlighter. You don't want to be crazy. Like I just did right there. It's okay though, look. Just powder that out a little. Blend. Good. Fingers are tools. All right, and I'm also going to add a little bit of 120 right under my eyes. If you have some circles under your eyes, of course you can just use some of our concealer. I also like our 120 as an under eye concealer. And you can use from our Flat Earth palette. You can use the lightest color, or if you want to do a little bit of a shimmer to really blend it in, that works too. We've got some up here, so calm that down right there. There we go. Much more glamorous. More of a nighttime look. Perfect. Okay, so let's go over all of the different face shapes. I'm going to tell you guys where you want to put the makeup. Okay, Eddie, let's show us the graphic. Okay, guys, so here's what we need to do. First thing you need to do is look at your face in the mirror and decide what face shape you have. So our chart here shows exactly what we should do for each face shape, and the goal is evenness. So you're basically trying to create a more even shape that is more oval. So when you look at the chart, you can see where you put the light and the dark to give that impression. So for example, if you have a square face, what you're going to want to do is tone down the corners, right, at the top and the bottom, and then bring out the middle. So that makes those corners recede and the middle go forward, and you have more of an oval and a more even face shape. So you would do your chin, your under eyes, straight up your cupid's bow, your nose, and the middle of your forehead, and then all around the edges, you would want to do darker. On her, I would even probably blend it up a little bit more. So for our circle face, instead of doing the corners, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go all the way down around the sides, and then again, do right up the middle and across the front, because again, you can see how that makes more of an oval on her face. So it makes her face look thinner. So if your face is oblong, which basically is oval, but in this scenario, her face is a little longer of an oval, what you'd want to do is just shorten it a little, like me and my 5 head. So what you'll want to do is you'll do a top, under your hairline, and then the bottom around your jaw, like I did, and then you go straight up the middle, but not the bottom of your chin, because you don't want to bring that out. You want to blunt that a little bit, and then under the eyes. So now you have the triangle, where you definitely don't want to put anything bright on the bottom of your chin, because you really want to go the other direction. You want to tone that pointiness down. So you want to tone down the corners at the top, and then the pointiness of the chin, but then straight down the middle and across the eyes. Eyes are always beautiful. We always want our eyes to look great. So you can always put a little bit of lightness under your eyes, and almost always down your nose. Very few people have super thin noses that are, perfect. If you do, you don't need to put any highlighter or anything down your nose or on the sides to, make it more even. But most people don't have a perfect nose. So with the noses, on everybody, the idea is to have a nice straight nose that is, appropriately wide. So that you can just sort of do it on your own and kind of figure out how you like your nose to look. But just remember, whatever's dark is going to be smaller, and whatever's light is going to come out more. Okay, so back to the faces. So we have our diamond face. So same thing, we're toning down our corners. And so that's the outer cheekbones on a diamond, and at the very top of the head and the chin. So you want to tone that down a little, very similar to what we just did. Actually, my face is not diamond, but it's close enough that I do something kind of similar. And then we have our rectangular face, which is just the same as the square, except the rectangle is a longer face. So you're going to want to add a little bit more on your chin and on the top, and not be quite as heavy-handed on the corners. Heart-shaped faces. They're very similar to pear, except for usually somebody with a heart-shaped face actually has more of like a widow's peak or a lower hairline, but otherwise it's the same as triangle. And then we have our A triangle, which is basically an upside-down triangle. So that's if you have a more defined jaw and a less defined forehead. And so you basically just do the exact same thing as a triangle, but you flip it. Okay, so we also have some recommended foundation colors. Now, you guys, our foundations are really, really multi-use. We can use our foundations for all sorts of things. So you can do the 110 and the 140 are great for a fair person who wants to have, a nice contour or look tan. And then we have like 120, 140, 130, 150. For the most part, if you skipped 2 to 3, you're going to do it just right. And with our 170, 180, that is also, those are a little bit further apart. And I think that overall, if you're light, I think that 140 is a great bronzer for you. If you're fair to medium, 150 or 160, and then any darker 180 or 170. Okay, you guys, I hope that was super helpful and that you guys understand it, but don't worry, this is all going to be backstage for you. And the chart is there for you to get on, decide what your face shape is, look in the mirror, match it up, and give it a try. It's really, really a lot easier than you think it is. And our brushes make it really easy because they're so soft. It's so much easier to have a soft brush, put some on, put some more on, and not have to worry about what's going to happen if you get it too dark. So there you go. I hope that helps. All right, you guys, we have a fun treat for you. Eddie thought it would be really cool if instead of just showing the pictures and saying the names of the people who have won our prizes this week, that he made a really cool slideshow so everybody gets their own moment. Okay, Eddie, let's see our winners. Okay, and if you guys wonder what you won the Social Butterfly Bundle with the Classic Black Liner. Congratulations and good job. Again, don't forget to comment because that's how you win. On any of the lives all week long from our staff members, go in, comment. Sometimes they have action plans, do the action plans. There's all sorts of fun stuff. So watch the lives, comment, and you will be entered to win. That's all you have to do. All right, you guys, I have another awesome surprise for you. And that is, for those of you who are interested in our incentive trip, we are going to tell you all about how the buy-in works, if you'd like to buy in, or if you're partially there and you'd like to buy in the rest of the way, what we're going to be doing, a little bit more about the hotel, and our expert at this is actually Jacqueline Maines, and she is going to explain the whole thing to you. All right, Jacqueline, go for it.
Hey guys! Oh my gosh, still getting used to all the switching of scenes and everything. I love it. I also love being called an expert. Thank you, Laura. So you guys, who is excited for the incentive trip? I know I am. It is actually my birthday week, so who's going? Let me know in the comments if you guys are going. I cannot wait to share a margarita with you guys, hang out, do all the amazing things. As y'all know, it was life-changing for Laura and I last year to be a part of this. It was incredible, and I can't wait again. So let's get into it. First, I wanted to go over with you guys just how amazing the trip is going to be and what is included in the trip, right? Because if you're like me and you hadn't done, direct sales before, it's your first incentive trip, you might be wondering like, what the heck comes with this? So let's talk about it a little bit. So first, you get, amazing, luxurious accommodations at the Hyatt Ziva in Los Cabos, Mexico. You guys, it is gorgeous. So we have 4 nights there. Is included in the package. Of course, as you know, when you register, or you may not know, when you register, you can add on nights before or after at your own cost if you want to. If you want to hang out longer with us, definitely can do that. It's an all-inclusive, so it's all you can eat. It's fine dining. There's a la carte. There's buffets. There's gourmet buffets, obviously. They're so amazing. There's pool bars, restaurants, all the good things. So all the food is inclusive, you guys, which is really great. Unlimited alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. So whether you want to cheers with margarita or a lemonade, I'm there with you and I can't wait. Round trip transportation to and from the airport is included, and that's really awesome too, because sometimes, getting around in Mexico can be difficult. We are going to have some really amazing events. So we have a private welcome dinner and reception, farewell party, after party, with a DJ dancing. You guys know, if you remember last year, the last night we had at the farewell party was incredible. So you're going to have so much fun. There's custom luggage tags, lanyards, name tags, swag bags. There's going to be a selfie experience, you guys, and ready for this? Pool edition selfie experience. So in the pool, we're going to have a selfie station. I mean, I've never even heard of anything like that, so I can't wait. And my favorite thing is the Cabo Babo tequila talk, right? You guys remember that from last year. Cabo Babo is the best Babo ever. So that's going to be amazing too. So I want to point that out, you guys. So if anyone that's down at the Hyatt Ziva during that time period, if they're not with us, and you don't have, your amazing Tori Belle wristband, you're not going to be able to be part of these events. So let's talk about buying in, because you probably want to bring a +1. And if you haven't earned that, we are giving you the option to be able to bring your guests. So let's talk about it. So we went over everything that's included in the trip, right? So that is valued at $1,000 US. That's the monetary value attached to that, okay? It requires 20,000 points, as you guys know, to earn this trip this year, right? And this is all going to be posted on the affiliate page, on the cosmetics page, everywhere for you guys, okay? Backstage, all the places. But it's 20,000 points you had to earn this trip. So if you think about that, right? 20,000 points, $1,000, that equals, about 5 cents per point, right? So 20 points per US dollar. I know it sounds wordy. Don't worry. As you guys know, we'll go over this over and over and over again, okay? But basically, if you have 10,000 points because of COVID and how crazy this year has been, as you guys know, with COVID and everything, we did set the bar down to 10,000 this year. So if you have 10,000 points, you're able to purchase the rest of your trip if you want to. And if you're close to 10,000, remember, you have another 20 days, you guys, to earn as many points as you can. So make sure you're still running. Do not give up. I have seen so much magic happen in the last few weeks of the month. So you have still 2/3 of the month left. So don't give up. Don't say I'm not going, okay? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some examples. So $1,000, we'll start really easy. $1,000 for the whole trip. If you've earned exactly 10,000 points, then you need 10,000 more points to purchase the trip. So that means that the cost would be $500, right, for you to purchase the rest of your trip and join us in Los Cabos for this amazing incentive trip. Another example, ready? These are random numbers just to make it so that it breaks down all the confusion for everyone. If you have, you ready? 18,410 points. I picked this out of a hat. That means you would need 1,590 points, right? So how do you break that down? So you take however many points that you need, you divide that by 20, right? Because 20 points per dollar. And that gives you the total of what it's going to cost you to purchase the rest of your trip. So for this person who has 18,410 points, to purchase their remaining 1,590 points, it's going to be $79.50, but we are rounding to the nearest dollar, guys. So that would be $80 US, okay? And again, that's transferred into your currency, whatever country you might be in. Actually, I'm glad we brought that up. We know that with this year, again, with COVID and everything, that Canada, you guys may not be able to join us on the incentive trip again. My heart is broken. I cannot wait until those borders open and I can hug every single one of you. But just do know that Laura is working on what we're going to do for all of you amazing Canadians who have earned close to this trip, and maybe even some UK affiliates or New Zealand or Australia affiliates have too. So stay tuned for that, okay? We don't have that answer yet. So V's not going to write that question down because we don't know that answer yet. But know that as soon as we figure it out, we will let you guys know, okay? So again, points will be rounded to the nearest dollar to get there. And then you ready for this? This is the really exciting part. So because of COVID again and the availability in the resorts and everything like that, we are going to allow anyone who attends the trip to purchase their +1, which is really exciting. So if you're waiting to register for this trip because you're like, I want my spouse to go or my best friend or whoever it is, go ahead and register because everyone, no matter what, is going to be able to bring a +1 if they want to, okay? And for that, it is 10,000 additional points, right, you guys? So it was 20,000 points for the trip for 1, 30,000 points for the trip for 2. So that means it's 10,000 additional points for that +1. And again, it's worth $1,000 US. So that's 10 points per US dollar. Again, these numbers I'm sure are crazy, so just keep your eyes peeled for this when it gets to the backstage, okay? But basically, how this works, you guys, is everyone that is a +1 coming to the party, you get all the same things in the trip. You get the swag bag, you get all the parties and everything you get to go to, and you get to hang out with all of us, and that's going to be amazing. So my point of all that is if you happen to bring somebody down to Cabo with you without purchasing them through here, they wouldn't be able to attend all of the fun things, okay? So make sure that you know that whoever you're bringing with you, purchase them through us, through Tori Belle, so you can be a part of the party with us, okay? So anyways, back to that. My daughter is calling me. As you guys know, she loves to do that during lives. She's going to keep doing this. Sorry, guys. It's you guys all know Eliana. She is actually going to be in Cabo, so you get to see her there being crazy. So 10,000 points for the +1, okay? So that means 10 points per US dollar. So let's give you 2 examples again. If you have 22,000 points, that means you need 8,000 more points to get your +1 there. So if you take 8,000 divided by 10, that would be an additional $800 to bring your +1. If you have 25,550 points, you would need 4,450 more points, and if you divide that by 10, that's $445. Make sense? Are they getting it, V, you think, in the comments? Seems like it? Perfect. And again, you guys, remember, if you have any questions about this, reach out to your nearest influencer, your nearest director, customer support, or the Tori Belle incentive trip email, which is
tbincentivetrip@toribellecosmetics.com.
tbincentivetrip@toribellecosmetics.com, and that is on the flyer and everything for you guys too. But that's the one email I can never remember, V, every time. Okay. And then the really cool thing, you guys, even if you had to purchase the rest of your trip, so say you had less than 20,000 points and you purchased the rest of your trip, you can also bring your +1. And of course, that would be at the full cost of $1,000 US in whatever currency that you are paying in. And then your +1 can come with you on the trip. So that's very exciting. I do want to point out that this could be the last year that this is like this, you guys, because of COVID. We wanted to make sure that we gave everyone as much of an opportunity as we could to be a part of our culture, because as you guys know, incentive trips and conventions make and grow leaders. So if you are thinking about going even a little bit, I'm telling you, try to find a way to get there. And if you can't figure it out, reach out to your nearest influencer, reach out to your nearest director. Let's build you a plan over the next 3 weeks to see how to get you there, because I want to see as many faces as I can. And especially with being able to reduce this and add on rooms if needed, for the last year because of COVID. Hopefully next year isn't a problem. So I want to see as many of your faces there as we can. When? So remaining travel points will be able to be purchased, you guys, starting Monday, July 12th. Okay, and why is that the date? Because as we know, commissions close on July 10th. And that's when all of the points will be showing in your backstage. You're going to be able to look and see exactly where you stand on July 10th. And then on the 12th, Monday, you're going to be ready to purchase the rest of your points. We will be sending out a link, posting it in all the places, and that is where you'll click right to that, and you'll be able to purchase them right through the website, which would be really amazing. Excuse me, so much easier than last year. And you guys, these are some pretty hard deadlines. So again, we're going to post them everywhere. But we had to make the deadlines kind of short to allow as many people as possible to come, okay? So Monday, July 12th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll be able to start purchasing your travel points to register or to get all the rest of them. And that ends on Thursday, July 15th at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, okay? And that is a very hard deadline time. And that's because registration, so once you purchase your trip or you earn your trip, you're going to get an email from Destinations. And that email is going to come to you and say, oh my gosh, you've earned your trip, or you've bought in the rest of your trip. Give us your details so we can get you all set up, okay? That's your registration. And that is due no later than Sunday, July 18th at 9 Pacific Standard Time again. We cannot make exceptions to this, guys. So if you purchase your travel points on Wednesday and then you forget to register, there's nothing we can do about that. So as you guys know, I'm going to remind everyone to make sure that everyone knows this and is reminded of this, because we want everyone to be there. So again, I'm going to say those dates one more time. Purchasing travel points begins on Monday, July 12th, ends on Thursday the 15th, and registration to destinations must be done by Sunday the 18th. There. Okay. And those are all of my timings, I think, right, V? I think I got them all?
Yep.
Perfect.
I do have a couple of questions for you.
Awesome.
Really quick.
Ready?
If you buy in a +1,
Yes.
can your +1 be another affiliate?
Yes.
It can be anybody.
It can be anybody, especially this year because of COVID again. We put less restrictions on everything as much as we could and as much as the hotel would allow because we just want to celebrate this year. We want to celebrate all that we've been through and all the hard work that you guys have done through all the challenges of COVID and life in general. So yes, bring other affiliates. Let's make this an amazing celebration.
Somebody asked if passports are required.
Yes. Passports are required, and if you are even thinking about this trip at all, I would go tomorrow and get your passport expedited. I know that my babysitter just went because she's going to be coming because my kiddos are coming, and she had to expedite hers, and she just applied for it a couple days ago. So, passports required.
Can you buy in if you're at less than 10,000 points?
Currently, no. No. So if you are close, go and check out how you earn those points. You guys, there's so many ways. Personal sales, rank advancement, rank maintenance, bringing in people and helping them succeed. Go chat. If you're thinking about this and you're under 10,000 points, go chat with your mentor and work out a plan, and they'll help you get there.
Does the buy-in or trip at all include airfare?
No airfare is included with the buy-in. The only way that you can earn an airfare voucher is if you earned over that 40, I forget the number, but I think it's 40,000 points.
I think so.
So if you earned airfare voucher, then you know by now. So
Can they extend days on either side of the trip?
yes, yep, and you do that right through destinations when you're registering, correct?
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days either way.
I think that's it.
Again, swag bag this year, you guys. I know last year we had sent them out beforehand. This year, the swag bag is going to be picked up right at registration to make sure that everyone has all the things from the incentive trip on there.
Eric, if you can't use your trip points, can you give them to somebody else?
No. So there's no transferring of trip points, no selling of trip points, none of that. So trip points don't hold a monetary value except for, the trip has a monetary value, and that's how we allow you to purchase the rest of it. But trip points themselves are a measure of your success in your growth throughout the year, and no monetary value there. So no transfer, no selling, any of that there.
Can you give them the dates again of the trip?
Yes. The dates are August 17th through August 21st.
And the email address again?
Is tbincentivetrip@toribellecosmetics.com. And the website, you guys, if you want to go and peek at that again, oops, I'm saying that now, there it is. It is Tori Belle Cosmetics Mexico 2021.com. And it is really pretty, you guys. I put it on the paperwork and everything, but go check it out again.
And we'll post that backstage probably tomorrow.
Yes, yep, we'll get the link back, the form backstage for everyone.
Do points roll over if you can't go on the trip?
Points don't roll over, so points are earned on an earning basis. So this year we gave everybody an extra month again because of COVID. So this year's earning period was June of 2020 through the end of June 2021. So actually 13 months. Normally it's a 12-month period. So no rollover. And again, when it comes to our international affiliates, we are working on something for that. Unsure of how it's going to go. We're working with a lot of the top leaders to talk about, what we should do there.
If you register and are unable to go after that deadline, can you give your registered trip to somebody else? Or if you buy in and end up not being able to
Okay, so if you buy in, there is no refunds. Once you buy in, you've bought in. Because these dates are so close to the dates that we need to give to destinations and the hotel and everything, there is no refunds. When it comes to transfers, I know last year we were able to transfer for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know that we've
Yeah, let us work with destinations on that. I know last year they were more lenient because of COVID, so let us look and we will get back to you about that very soon. But there is no refund, you guys, and if just so if you know, if you are an affiliate and you are giving your trip to somebody else prior to that time period, those tax implications do go to you. So that monetary value does go to you. I feel like that question might come. Maybe. And since Laura is so busy, you guys, if you have any other questions about anything that she usually takes, give me those questions while she's getting ready for birthday, and we can answer those really quickly too. Not very many questions. I'm gonna get lucky. This never happens.
Will the incentive trip be in August going forward, since it was July last year?
We are unsure. We are working on dates of everything when it comes to conference and incentive trip and party in pink and lash bashes. Working on making a really great rotating schedule on there. But we will keep everyone updated. As of right now, the conference is still going to be in March or April, from what I believe. Right?
Yes. So the plan to be in March or April.
Yes.
Here's another question on incentives. So for teens, how does it work for a teen to buy in?
Oh, to buy in?
Because they have to bring a parent.
Yes. Oh. So I know that if a teen earns the trip, they are able to bring a legal guardian included. So let me get back to you on that too. I'm not sure. Let us look into that. Good questions. What about any birthday questions? You guys, who's excited for birthday tomorrow? I am. I can't even believe it that it's been almost 2 years. It's crazy. Any more questions here?
No.
No? We're good?
People are excited about being able to buy in.
Yes, yay! Oh my gosh, you guys have to come and join us. I'm telling you, last year's incentive trip, Laura and I literally talk about it every day. It changed our lives. I mean, you guys know. Drop in the comments your favorite part of incentive trip last year. I don't know how I can even pick just one thing, but oh gosh, I don't know. Everything was so incredible, and this year's going to be even better, you guys. Again, all of the events every night are not mandatory. There's no mandatory events. Laura wanted to make sure that everyone gets to really, really, really enjoy their incentive trip because you guys earned it. You guys worked your bums off all year long to get this trip, and she wants to give you the option to hang out with us and go to the events or go and do your own thing if you want to. Whatever you want to do, we want you to do on this trip. So that's a good thing to know too, is that no events are mandatory when it comes to the incentive trip at all, which is pretty cool, I think. But it's also a great place to have team meetings. I mean, team meetings around the pool are the best place I think you can have a team meeting. So
our Mad Dash winners are watching right now, and they're talking about how excited they are for birthday.
Yes, our Mad Dash winners, you guys. Oh my gosh. So our winners, they got here this morning and last night. We have Ambra, Adrian, and Jennifer, and they are incredible, you guys. All of their stories are amazing, and they are going to be here for the birthday party, and if you're going to be a little jealous, I'm sorry, you guys are going to be jealous, but we're going to have lots more incentives for you guys to win your way to come visit us at corporate, so make sure you're watching the birthday tomorrow because we are going to have blowout sales. We have a new product launch. Oh, if you think you might know what the new product is, drop it in the comments because that's fun too. If we don't have any more questions, I think that we can, I'll give this back to Laura, and I will see all of you guys tomorrow at the birthday. I'm so excited. Go and share the birthday event with all of your friends, whether you're an affiliate, a customer, everyone needs to be there. It's going to be a party and so much fun. So Laura, back to you, and I'll see all of you tomorrow.
So much, Jacqueline. It is so fun to have her on my lives. I know she's got her own live, and she does one with Nikki also, but we don't get to do it together all that often, although probably see her tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, I will see you guys all tomorrow at our big birthday bash. Do not forget to be there. It's going to be super, super fun, and I cannot wait. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you super soon. Bye.